afternoon. Here is the news at 4. First, the highlights. Lagos State Government kicks off executive and legislative parley. World Health Organization trains 240 clinicians on basic mental health care. On the Foreign Parliament probes Kenya Revenue Authority over pregnancy and HIV tests for recruits. In sport, Ghana Football Associate reappoints Otuado as head coach of Black Stars. Now the details. I am Taiwo Baruwa. A 3-day executive and legislative parley has kicked off in Lagos State with the theme engaging all for an inclusive governance, hands-on for a greater Lagos. Top government functionaries, members of the State House of Assembly, federal lawmakers representing Lagos in the Senate and House of Representatives, and local government gathered in Victoria Island to deliberate and chart the way forward for a greater Lagos. In his keynote address, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who acknowledged the mutual cooperation among the state and federal lawmakers representing the state, noted that at this challenging period, both globally and nationally, leaders must be dedicated and selfless to resolve issues in alleviating the sufferings of the people. Sanwo-Olu urged political office holders to show empathy to their constituents and put smiles on their faces, which he noted is the major reason they are elected into office.
For us to achieve this goal, it is imperative that we continue to work together, understand and harmonize our differences, always on the side of overwhelming majority of our people in line with the manifesto of our party, meaning that our decisions should be driven, like we always say, the greatest good for the greatest number, that always ensure that it is the people that have entrusted us with their lives, with the belief that we being government will make life meaningful for them.
In a lead paper presentation, former Governor of Lagos State and former Minister of Works, Babatunde Fashola, canvassed for the reopening of the special status for Lagos at the National Assembly to cater for the large population of the state. Fashola, who believed in the democratic process of governance, expressed dismay that democracy is fast becoming dysfunctional and must be salvaged by those in power.
This is the way to legitimately distribute wealth, from construction to supply to haulage to food vendors in sight. You will reach many more people that you can ever even contemplate, and this must be done at the state and local government, and I dare say in a most competitive and transparent way, so that people feel the flow of money inside the economy. And this will include road repairs, construction, drainage clearance, maintenance of buildings, schools, hospitals, and so on and so on and so forth.
Earlier, special advisor to the governor on political, legislative and civic engagement, Tajuddin Abiodun, said former executive legislative members will share from their wealth of experience with the new ones among them to achieve the Greater Lagos agenda for the benefit of residents.
So we want Mr. Governor, Mr. Speaker, to always work in tandem, to always work in unison, so that other members of the legislators, other members of the ESCO, whenever they reach to the legislature, they can talk and make sure things go on very well.
Our correspondent Diola Akindele reports that the parley, which is the 18th in its series, will end on Saturday. To cushion the effect of the current economic hardship, 20 minibuses have been provided by the Ojudu Local Council Development Area for resident and student for easy commuting, with 1 million naira interest-free loans for small business owners to boost their trade. Chairman of the council, David Odumbaku, who stated this during an interactive session with journalists, said his administration has delivered dividends of democracy to residents in various sectors, including health, education, environment, youth and social infrastructure in alignment with the Themes Plus developmental agenda of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration. On road infrastructure, the local council within 1 year has rehabilitated over 4 inner roads, including Fadeyi, Paul Avenue, Otunla, and Umar Saro, while the council sought the assistance of the Lagos State Ministry of Works to assist in finding a lasting solution to the bad portion of road in Area G, Ogba, currently earmarked for repairs. In the health sector, the council has intensified its health mission and see a doctor initiative with plans to build a mini general hospital to complement the existing 7 primary healthcare centers in the LCDA. According to Odumbaku, under various skills acquisition and agriculture programs in partnership with the relevant ministries of the state government, youth and women in the council have been empowered as part of efforts to reduce unemployment. Odumbaku, who hinted at plans to build a sports facility in Ujudu LCDA, assured residents of the area of his administration's commitment towards improving their standards of living. Now to the rest of the stories. 240 clinicians, including medical doctors, nurses, midwives, and community health extension workers, have been trained on basic mental health care in the 3 northeastern states of Adamawa, Borno, and Yobe. The training was done by the World Health Organization, WHO, with support from the European Union, EU. WHO Interim Emergency Manager for Northeast Health Emergency Response, Kumshida Balami, pledged to build the capacity of healthcare workers in the northeastern state as well as equip them with the necessary support that would improve their health status. Balami said the health workers now contribute to their communities in terms of providing basic and counseling, communication on stress disorder, and being able to care for the basic health issues like an eclipse, seizure order, alcohol use, and drug abuse. The House of Representatives has stepped down a bill seeking to amend the Electoral Act to secure that voters seeking to transfer their registration data to a new location must have resided in the new location for at least 2 months. This bill, seeking to amend Section 13 of the Electoral Act 2022, was sponsored by the lawmaker representing Ikeja Federal Constituency, Lagos State, Abiodun Falike, faulting the provision of the bill which required that applicants seeking transfer of his or her voters' registration data must provide his utility bill. The member representing Eche Omuma Federal Constituency in Rivers State, Kelechi Nwogu, said the bill, though well-intended, would disenfranchise eligible voters if passed into law. The Deputy Speaker, Benjamin Kalu, said the bill should be stepped down to enable the sponsor to make necessary adjustment and present it afresh before the House. On his part, Falike, while responding to the Speaker, Tajuddin Abbas, who presided over the plenary, said the bill has generated so much controversy and it will be stepped down for further legislative action and review. Now to foreign news. Kenyan members of parliament are investigating the recent recruitment of tax revenue workers after it emerged that some applicants were rejected after doing HIV and pregnancy tests. The Kenyan Revenue Authority said it had disqualified 133 job applicants after they did the test last year. They were set to undergo paramilitary training to prepare them for their roles as tax collection enforcers. Lawmakers representing Mandera West, Aden Haji, who chairs the National Cohesion and Equal Opportunity Committee, said there is no doubt that gross violation of right has been committed in the recruitment process. He noted that such an act violated over 20 articles of the Constitution and the relevant laws on human rights. Meanwhile, Kenyan law prohibits discrimination in hiring based on health status. In sport now, Ghana Football Association has reopened Otto Addo as the head coach of the Black Stars. Addo's reappointment was announced by Bundesliga club Borussia Dortmund. The club, in a statement, said that talented Addo will part ways in the summer as he embarks on his new role as coach for the Ghanaian national team. The Bundesliga club wished him the best as he embraces a new chapter in his career. It remains to be seen if Addo will be in charge of the Black Star squad when they take on Nigeria Super Eagles in a friendly game on the 22nd of March in Marrakesh, Morocco. And that's it on the news at 4. But just before we go, always make use of pedestrian bridges where available. You can follow us and like all of various social media platforms. X, formerly Twitter, Lagos Traffic 961. Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Watch us live on Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. On YouTube, subscribe and watch all our previous programs and news on our channel, Traffic Radio 961. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration constructed towers with alarm bells and perimeter fences in model colleges? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. A 3-day executive and legislative party has kicked off in Lagos State with the theme Engaging All for an Inclusive Governance, Hands On for a Greater Lagos. 240 clinicians, including medical doctors, nurses, midwives, and community health extension workers, have been trained on basic mental health care in the 3 northeastern states of Adamawa, Borno, and Yobe. We also told you that Kenyan members of parliament are investigating the recent recruitment of tax revenue workers after it emerged that some applicants were rejected after doing HIV and pregnancy tests. Finally, in sport, Ghana Football Association has reappointed Otto Addo as the head coach of the Black Stars. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to Lagos Traffic Radio at lagosstate.gov.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Adewale Oloporoku. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Thank you for listening. Good afternoon.